Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of Campfires and Escalations.
God, this has gone on way too long.
Yeah.
Where's the town? A king, save me!
Today we are actually joined by a brand new member of the cast. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey listeners, my name's Aaron.
And who will you be playing today?
Aaron!
Tonight I'll be playing Augustus Thunderbeard, formerly of the Bone Splitter clan, but to his friends, Gus.
Who happens to be yet another agent of Lord Werner. A new one, though.
So I am no longer special.
No, you have some seniority, but he has the same level of agency.
Ah, dear.
All right. That said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Last we left off, would anybody like to give a recap from their
Someone
character's
stole my
perspective?
shit. Someone came out of the woods, hit me in the head with the sword pommel,
Yes.
and jacked my stuff.
Yes.
Right after you bought me such a nice claw, too.
No.
Taking a little nap, we see,
I
huh?
don't have any money. They didn't steal my money because I didn't have any money.
Ooh, Skaamos, checking your inventory, you are actually missing your art and weaving kit.
Oh, no.
That sucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Okay.
What happens to your blanket doodles?
After looking in his bag, Skaamos just slowly looks up, puts the bag down, takes off his coat, folds it up very nicely, stuffs it into the bag, looks at Mara, and says, "That man just rushed out from the woods, hit me in the head with the pommel of a sword, and stole my things. Can I kill him?"
At first, I saw it. I was here. Why are you wasting time? Go!
I draw a rapier and get the fiddle in the other hand, and I'm running.
All right, we will get back to
we-
you.
Should we follow him?
I mean, we're gonna lose him. Come on.
Now let's go ahead.
It, I've never.
We're going to rewind this story by about 2 hours, and we're going to be coming to a single gentleman who's about to be entering Dull Hall. Pristine, well-traveled road, a large, sleepy creek on his right, and beautiful foliage, woods to his left. Beams of sunshine are beginning to rain down on his path. Well-rested and
wonderful.
well early in the day.
Oh, yeah.
We come across Gus, the
Oh,
man
man.
called in to fix Dull Hall's problem.
Yep. I'm looking for adventurers here. Let's see if I can find them.
All right, Gus. Walking in, you see a sleepy trade city just barely beginning to get its gears rolling. There's many
Oh, yeah.
trade huts, most of them not open yet. A whole bunch of peddlers,
Oh, yeah.
not yet unpacked any of their goods. Merchants, carts, and the like scattered all throughout the main street. And you know that at the far end of town, towards the main gate, you'll actually be coming across the man you're looking for,
Excellent.
Captain
excellent.
Roderick.
All right.
Go southern for a minute.
I didn't try to.
It just
Gus-
it just happens because you really like that gunslinger vibe for characters. I know you.
I've never even played a gunslinger.
I know, but it still comes out.
Look, maybe I'm just a hick, alright?
Maybe that's why you do the voice, because you've never played a gunslinger.
It might be. Maybe
should-
I need
you
to
should
get it out of my
just
system.
Continue to
Get it
burn
out of
that.
system.
You-
All
Don't
right.
repress yourself.
Alright. Another time. Back to Gus.
Yes.
Gus takes a deep breath, taking in the great morning air. Oh, yeah. All right. And he, treads down the hill, deeper into the city,
All right,
try to find
all right.
the captain.
It doesn't take long before you're in the thick of it and
Alright.
the city's starting to come alive. Merchants and whatnot are actually getting to their carts. A few of them are setting up, a few of them are packing up to head out, move
Okay.
on to greener pastures while I'm hitting it again.
West Virginia.
Mound Mama!
Country home.
Alright. I'm gonna try and shake
a lot
it.
of fun finding a song for this whole thing.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to shake it. I'm gonna try to shake it.
Something real country.
Anyway.
Dueling
Candy
banjos.
peddler starts boiling water and other things.
Okay.
You get hit with a lot of really faint, sweet smells before you move on and get caught up in all the filth of
Excellent.
horses and whatnot.
All right, Gus is just smiling at people, waving, just
Yeah,
saying, "Oh, good job there, good job." Even though he doesn't probably understand exactly,
A
the
few
intricacies of some of the
confused-
artisans and things
Yeah.
that are going around. They're just kind of like, "What's wrong with this hat?"
oh, wait,
You know?
But what's
the
this
candy
mystery man
maker is
look
smiling
like?
with a toothless smile as he
Excellent.
waves you down. It's just, oh,
Good.
good morning, Sonny.
Oh,
He already
good
sounded
morning
like
to
that.
you. Good morning to you, sir.
And a few confused workers, as you greet them, just look up from fixing the spokes on a wagon and just sort of nod you off as you pass by.
Excellent.
Until finally you actually see the gatehouse where the guards are on the far end of town. You walk the whole stretch in just a few minutes.
All right.
And there's a singular guard with a large pike and a
Oh.
short sword on his hip, standing just to the side of the door.
Okay.
You see the key ring on him. He's clearly the doorbell.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Greetings. My name's Gus. I'm looking for Captain. Roderick. Yeah.
Could I get your full name, sir?
My name is Augustus Thunderbeard, and I'm formerly of the Bone Splitter clan. Paladin of Torm, at your service.
Wonderful.
You can call me Gus, though.
I have a slight briefing on your situation. I think I know what you're here for.
Excellent.
I'll go ahead and get Captain Roderick. He
I hate
reaches
that whole West
at his
Virginia
belt
section
as he
just has
props
deliverance
his
in my head
halberd
right now.
against the wall, pulls the key, pops open the door, opens it wide for you, gives you a slight bow and says, "Head on in, sir. Roderick should be waking soon."
All right.
But what's our new mystery friend look like?
Oh.
Gorgeous, probably.
He has a lot of charisma. A
I
lot.
guess I need to describe my character.
So much gumption and country charm.
Where is all of this coming from?
I don't
Country
know.
Road. It's coming from the
You
country
started
road.
it.
I didn't even
West
mean
Virginia.
to. It's just in me.
Just all pulling from our fantasies tonight. This is getting real fucked up real fast.
No, this is pulling up from the fact that we never got to play in Richter's fucking Wild West game that had the weird reticle system.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah! I wanted to play that shit so bad.
Alright.
What does he look like?
All right. Standing before you is what appears to be a 6 foot tall half orc. He has what appears to be a fake beard tied onto his face.
Oh, I thought he had a real beard.
I'm going for the fake beard for right now.
Okay.
But he's trying to grow it out. So underneath that fake beard, he has what appears to be a real beard. But just for compensation purposes, he's wearing this fake beard for the current.
He's wearing a weave on his face.
Yep. He just looks very jovial, like a happy look on his face. Maybe whatever cares he might have had are just on the road right now. Just determined to try to do good. And so he's just smiling and just waiting.
Alright.
He's wearing what appears to be, a very simple set of chainmail armor. On his, we'll say on one of his shoulders appears to be the skull of maybe like a kobold or something.
Oh, man.
Just gleaming in the sunlight.
Alright.
Oh.
A bit hardcore.
Skull splitter.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah, he just looks really happy, jovial.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Big warhammer in his hand.
You catch a few
I hope
looks
we don't
as
run
you
into
get in.
any
Is
kobolds.
there's a set of something like 8 desks to either side of this room, and at the far end of the room, there's a large barred door, and to the right of that, from where you're standing, there's a larger desk with a man leaning back in a chair, seemingly nodded off. He's wearing a squared cotton shirt, as far as you can tell. Very simple garment.
Okay.
But as you move down the room, most of the guardsmen in there sort of ignoring you, staying out of your path.
Okay.
You finally get to the large desk where this man is. And you're pretty sure that's Captain Roderick.
Okay.
He looks like the only big cheese in here.
Excellent. Then I walk up and I give him a salute, and I say, Captain Roderick, I presume?
Pardon?
Hi, my name's Gus, Paladin of Torm. I was sent here for a letter, I believe.
Oh, you're fast. Okay. Give me
Who
just a
am I
second
looking
to
at? Does he
wake
look
up.
disheveled?
He
Sorry,
does
sorry,
look-
sorry, Dungeon Master.
He looks notably disheveled.
Oh,
He looks like he's
no.
had a few rough nights.
Okay.
He was probably just napping.
Just
he
napping.
looks like
Oh.
he hasn't slept in a while.
Okay, so he looks healthy, right? Just looks
He's
a
totally
little
healthy.
tired.
He's just really scraggly
Okay.
right now, a little
Okay.
worn.
Okay.
Fairly muscular figure.
Sure.
On his desk, you can see all sorts of letters, a lot of them carrying seals, a lot of loose papers,
Okay.
and probably a whole bunch of orders that he just hasn't finalized yet. He rubs the inside of his eyes for just a minute before opening them again, wiping his face down, and then looking at you proper. They call you Gus, right?
That's me, sir.
Okay.
I'm here to help.
Well, glad to have you, but, the job's changed.
What does that mean?
Well, we sent an informant just not too long ago to go ahead and try to get you up to speed, but I honestly can't remember how much information we had at that time. As it stands, Dullhall's in fine straits, but, I need you to, A, take this letter, B, travel to Longbrook. On the road, there's a group of 3 or so that I need you to travel with. Drow, a tiefling, and a hardened soldier. They're escorting a man, they have a youngling with them, and after you catch them on the road to Longbrook, I need you to continue working with them and head to Clashkeep. There you're going to deliver this letter that I've written to Lord Werner and give your testament on the character of these 3 in question. That sound good?
Thank you, Captain Roderick. You can trust in me, sir.
Damn, you're cheery.
Whatever cynicism the captain has, totally elusive to
Just
to,
washes
to
over
Gus.
right
Yeah, he just
over his
continuing to smile and just look. Thank you, sir.
There's a small pause as Roderick is looking over his papers before he pulls one of the drawers open, pulls out a small pouch, small enough to fit between like your thumb and forefinger, places that on the table over the letter. There you go, travel fees. That should be 8 gold, and make sure that that letter's undamaged. Do you need a satchel or anything for that?
On Gus's back, he has a pretty confident-looking pack that he has like a lot of his artisan tools.
Oh, nice.
Things for smithing and stuff like that. He definitely, I would say that one of the side pouches probably has like a poster tube-ish kind of leather thing that he slides like
Perfectly
documents
works.
into. You know, he just smiles and says, "Yep," points at his back.
All right, you go ahead and pack that up. If
All right.
you head out towards Longbrook, you'll be taking the northwestern road out. You might be able to catch them within the hour, if you hurry.
All right, Gus nods and says, "Okay, boss." Turns around and runs for the door.
You sprint. The man that's actually manning the door barely manages to open it from the other side before you come sprinting out.
Right,
And-
Gus looks at him, smiles, says, "Thank you." As he's running.
Yeah. He just
Have
sort
a
of
nice
like
day!
waves you off. He doesn't know why you're sprinting, but
Good.
You're off and out.
Yep.
As soon as you break out of the gatehouse, you actually get to the main gate, and there's quite a few guards. None of them stop you.
Good.
However,
Good.
because they can tell that you're wearing like an agent's attire. You're higher authority than a guard.
Got it.
They're not gonna get in your way.
Okay.
But you go charging out.
Good.
You immediately see the road bend over the long bridge that spans the river that this town uses for their trade.
Okay.
You're sprinting off, and you're gone. You're gone.
Truck of sunshine.
Yep, just smiling, beaming. Brand new day,
man.
new me, new day.
Oh no!
Trying to prepare myself.
Joy! Oh, joy!
This is gonna be great.
You're so happy right now, aren't you, Tyler?
So pleased.
Motherfucker.
I'm gonna say I did not expect the amount of groans I'd get, but this is a very pleasurable experience for me so far.
All right, you're sprinting down. You're getting a little winded. I mean, you got a lot of gear on you,
better
don't
move
you?
my pace down a little bit here. Oh boy.
All right, you settle for a forced march,
Cool.
a brisk walk.
Cool.
You manage through, and it doesn't take you long before you get to some no-name city with newly erected stone walls, only about chest high, but you can tell they're new by the lack of moss on the upper half.
Okay.
Strange thing, but you don't see any signs of visitors, just a lot of painted wagon wheels and colorful folk.
Okay.
So,
Are we talking bards?
you don't know. They look like traveling folk, but they
Okay.
all got sheds and houses, and a few look like general goods stores.
I clutch my coin purse a little bit closer.
Oh, all right. Probably a good call.
Don't
actually.
trust road folk, I guess.
Well, you know, though I am optimistic.
You are also a paladin.
Yeah.
He is a lawman. He's seen it.
Yep.
I smile anyways and wave and say, good day.
All right. The few people that do acknowledge your presence do give you a
Excellent.
kind smile.
Oh, good.
And just a few seconds of their attention before moving on their daily tasks.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm assuming you blow through town.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No time to waste. Gotta get this mission going.
Okay. Yeah, no, you are.
I mean, I'll look around a little bit if I see some. I mean, Gus is always he loves weapons. He loves armor.
Okay.
So if there's if there's a shopkeeper who has like maybe a booth set up.
Unfortunately,
example.
no like open smithies.
Oh no, then
or
that's
anything,
fine. That's
but,
fine. Then I'll just blow through town.
Yeah, no, you see a lot of like disassembled wagons and
Yeah.
whatnot, but you don't really see much industry. You don't see a lot of smithing happening
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I mean that's the finer stuff of life for Gus. So he just like, okay, well, it's a town. And it keeps
Yeah.
going.
no, it's
Seen this one before.
a lot of pretty colors, not a lot of pretty things.
Got it.
Blaze past.
Okay.
All right, moving on. We're gonna go ahead and kick back up with the escort party. Skaamos, you just decided to forward into the bush, didn't you?
Yep.
And Val, Mara,
I'm following
anybody?
Mara.
We're following. I correct him and say, please don't kill them. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't kill them.
Okay.
I've never fought an actual person before.
Ooh.
You never forget your first.
Oh,
I don't like how that sounds.
it sounds violent and dark.
Where's, speaking of which, where is Swigs?
I'm still holding.
Yes,
Swigs, you're holding Swigs.
generally clutching to Val. Do you still have her bundled up, or are you letting her walk?
I'm not very strong.
Okay. Are you holding her hand, or just letting her like?
I'm probably holding her hand because
Aw,
I don't
that's
trust her to like not go like wander off.
Fair, childlike wonder and all.
Yes.
All right. She's holding your hand. Her other hand is clutching what sticks she's managed to grab, and she's occasionally just swinging them about at stones on the road and whatnot. But
She thinks this is a game.
there,
I know.
there is a certain unease burdening you, if only because this is, as you said,
Mm-hmm.
an unfortunate confrontation with people. So, Skaamos, you were the first to head off into the brush.
Oh, absolutely.
You lit one of them aflame
I feel
as
so
they were
bad for
making off
brandishing
with
it,
your
though.
tools.
Just gonna look for the burn marks in trees and brush.
Okay. So, you find fairly quickly that they did not stay on fire. But there are scorch marks in the underbrush from the point in which you had initially cast Hellish Rebuke, and a little bit moving forward, but they die out pretty fast. Go ahead and roll me a nature or survival check.
Yay!
Because this is actually your guys' first time going into the woods that wasn't on some strange road.
Into the woods.
8.
Okay, you're having actually a really tough time getting through all of it. There's a lot of bushes. There's a lot of unsteady footing because there's a lot of patches of mud. Like, you're just having a difficult time keeping your regular pace. And it doesn't take more than 5 minutes for the sound of these bandits to drift off into the atmosphere of the woods.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We jumped into a nature campaign with no ranger.
We did. We really did.
This was a sparkling idea from the very beginning, guys.
Mara, are you taking up the rear, or is Val doing that?
I'm taking up the rear.
Yeah, because she's dragging Swag, so I'm in the middle here.
Okay. Just before you head into the bush, the man in rags, who is yet to share his name, has caught your attention and simply said, "I don't think you want me going into those woods."
Shit.
Should I go back?
Go back and stay with him. I'll go catch him.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Oh, right. So it'll be us and dear Swigs here.
Yes.
All right, then. I certainly hope that you don't come across anything you can't deal with.
Not really in my control.
Should we stay on the road, or should we keep moving? Like, should we wait on the road, like next to the woods?
Just somewhere in the woods. You
just
hear
hide off
Skaamos
the side of the
start
road.
yelling.
Oh, yeah, no.
No!
Just
There's, like, there's the accustomed, like, snapping of branches, the sliding sounds of,
will
like,
hurry
a
up and
mud
wait.
patch.
So I'm gonna go back to the point of the road that broke into the forest and wait
Okay.
there with the old man.
All right. The old man finds a nice overturned log to sit down on and begins to set his pipe. Mara, are you heading further in with Skaamos?
I'm heading out after Skaamos.
All right. Go ahead and roll me either nature or survival, just to deal with the woods, because they're dense.
I'm gonna make that a survival, and that's a 21.
All right,
Nice.
solid. You catch up to Skaamos in no time. With just a proper amount of force, you push through, break into the section that Skaamos is in, and you're, like, snapping branches from step to step, and none of it's getting in your way.
Who needs a fucking ranger?
Fuck the ranger.
I'm buff as shit. I don't need a ranger.
Yeah.
All right. I assume you'll be taking the lead from then on. Is Skaamos is having a very hard time forging
Yeah,
paths.
if he can't catch up, then fine. I'll go after them.
He's trying.
All right.
What's he doing? His best.
Do either of you have any means of tracking?
I'll look.
It doesn't matter.
What are you looking for?
Mr. -3 in wisdom.
Yeah. Footprints, more broken branches. My stuff.
Okay.
His dead body. That would be lovely.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
That's a 10. It's not as bad.
You think that if somebody a little more perceptive were looking for broken branches, they would actually find a trail, but you're having a very hard time finding branches that you're not sure you didn't break.
I mean, I can roll perception. That's about all I've got.
Go for it. With his hint, like, you may be able to catch on to something.
That's a unnatural 20.
Oh, yeah. As
Nice.
soon as he mentions that, you're like, all right, we can
no
track
climbing
down people in a forest. They're not going to be so skillful. You start seeing telltale signs of what may even be a route that they're using, because once you start tracking enough branches, as Skaamos keeps pointing out, you end up finding a little bit of a worn path, and you can only tell that by the lack of roots and bushes in the way. There's quite a bit of, like, boot prints and whatnot. And it breaks further into the forest. You're hearing a lot of wildlife now that you've trekked maybe 5 minutes into the woods.
Ah, shit. What is it exactly you lost?
They stole my paints and my weaving supplies.
And we can't get you that at the next town?
I'm all out of gold. And that was let me see.
Oh.
Yeah, that was like 30 gold worth of paint and another 40 gold worth of weaving materials.
They
So-
were artisan tools.
And Mara's thinking about the 192 gold she has in her own pouch.
And there is
Cost of living.
There is a very real and very
That's a
new
hard
sort of
7
seething
goal, you know?
rage in his eyes, and he is
This
lashing.
is a man that especially does not like being stolen from.
Oh yeah, no, he's
Look, it's a loss, but we can't just get you this at the next town.
he keeps marching through.
All right, he ignores you and begins to just flail wildly at the woods as he heads deeper in.
You really think it's okay leaving the man on the road with Val?
Ow!
You're like 5 minutes away. You don't hear shit.
Val sneezes.
We have a job to do.
All right, cutting over to Val. Val, you're left alone for no more than 5 minutes before you see something that makes your spine straighten and your skin crawl.
Oh no.
A big orc.
The truck of sunshine.
And you notice him real quickly, because this man's hustling. He's doing more than just a brisk walk. And he's big.
I am... Wait. What is he wearing?
What are you wearing? guys?
Appearing before you at a full sprinter's sprint is a half orc. Apparently, he has a fake beard on, a helm with some horns sticking out of it, a kobold skull decorated on his right shoulder. Pretty standard looking chainmail. As mentioned earlier, the mark of the
Lord Werner.
Lord Werner on his chest, I'm assuming.
How big is that mark?
You're.
I don't know. I wasn't really described to me.
Is it
It's about
painted
as-
on, or is it an emblem?
It's about as large as you would like it. As an agent, you have plenty
Is it
of
like a
freedom with your
Warhammer
outfit.
40k scroll like sticking off the side of my armor or whatever?
It could honestly be whatever it was that you wanted, because in
Sure.
the time that you've actually been working for Werner, you've
Sure.
had the time to have it like embossed on a
Okay.
set of plate. You could have like a small like tabard
Sure.
or any other sort of mark.
I'll say it's a small tabard like pinned onto the chainmail,
Okay.
kind of like a I don't know, like a Boy Scouts merit badge.
Yeah. So
I would imagine.
he's got a large interwoven knot set on its point with a pair of much smaller knots to either side. You recognize this as the same symbol that Mara wears.
He's wielding a pack of considerable size, a warhammer and a shield.
Upon seeing the
yeah.
symbol,
A very
like,
determined look on his face.
upon seeing the symbol, Valve relaxes slightly,
Okay.
but is like clutching the ring on her hand.
Got it.
I'm gonna assume that if Gus sees the drow woman,
With the old man.
he's gonna come to a
And
skidding
the
halt
young
in
lady.
the gravel.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and say, "Good day.
Good day.
How are you?
All right.
My name is Gus.
I am Val.
The man in rags just sort of begins to stow his pipe, a little curious as to what might just happen.
I think Captain, the captain, the good Captain Roderick. Yeah, very cheery chap. He told me to come here and meet you guys. You were one of them. He points at you. He points at the man in rags. Not you, but my name is Gus. Nice to meet you. And he puts his hand out to the man in rags.
Oh, yeah, the man
Just
in
fully
rags...
arm extended.
The man in rags takes a minute. You can see now
Sure.
that he's a pretty old fellow.
Sure.
He stands up, takes a second, stows his pipe, and reaches out and just sort of slowly places his hand in yours. He looks a little suspicious,
All right.
but he gives you a firm enough shake, and
Gus is not going to see any of the suspicion. Just smile, shake his hand. And then of course, and then when he sees the lady drow, he kind of bows a bit and then also extends his hand for a handshake. Uncharacteristically.
reaches out
Sure.
and like
Good.
tentatively shakes the hand.
nice to meet you, Gus. Was it?
Thank you. Yes, Gus.
Uh,
My back home, I guess I was known as Augustus from the Thunderbeard clan, formerly of the Bone Splitter clan.
Thunderbeard. Those would be dwarven.
Yep.
Your.
My pappy and my mom were both dwarves. They raised me.
I see. And you're an orc.
Was there a reason why you were sent to find us?
Oh yeah, I'm here to help.
Oh, you're here to help us.
Yep.
Can I make an insight check? Just like
Absolutely.
quick sense
Go
motive?
for it.
Okay, wonderful. I'm gonna go.
I believe it was it you or Skaamos that was informed of the
was
assistance
me.
coming your way?
It was me.
Okay.
Okay, so insight is only a +1.
11.
Does he seem genuine?
He seems like a ray of sunshine.
Okay.
Cloudy day.
Our friend, the tiefling, his name is Skaamos, by the way. Very
Skaamos, yeah, okay.
recognizable. A couple of men struck him and took some of his things and ran that way, and he ran after them. And our friend Mara,
A thief?
yes, a thief
On the road,
On the road. It went that
but
way.
not in the road now.
Not in the
pointing,
road. In
pointing
the
towards the woods.
Yes, in that clearing they made, running very fast.
Very fast that way.
Yes.
Okay.
I was told to stay here.
Stay here,
watch
and I
for
run in
that.
the woods.
Wow, man of action. Val, I'm not sure how hard of a
fuck
time
me.
you might be having with this. It might be shell shock, but
Val is just standing on the side of the road, just like with her hand like pointing in an odd direction, like with her head tilted, just blinking.
the man in rags is like trying to make eye contact with you, and he looks very alarmed. Like absolutely dumbfounded and alarmed.
I just like shrug and hold my hands up to the side of my head, and I just like I don't know.
You see the old man's eyes widen like exponentially before he raises both hands. It's just all fingers pointing towards you. What was that?
Well, he works for Werner. I know that.
He did carry the sigil, but is this okay?
I'll take what help I can get.
Oh no. He places several fingers to his temple and just begins to massage
thing
as he
to
sits
say.
back down and pulls his pipe out.
I'm sorry.
Swigs is like face deep in your dress. Just absolutely like was hiding in plain sight there.
Oh, baby.
I'm so sorry, Swigs. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore.
The big green ones are scary.
I'm not going to finish that sentence. All right. Anyways.
All right, back to the away team.
Skaamos is currently like looking at the path where he thinks the bandits went, looking at Mara, looking at the road, just kicks a rock and just starts yelling at his foot because it was a lot bigger than he thought it was.
That's fair. That's fair.
He's very upset. He doesn't know what to do. He's very confused.
Just trying to get him to go back to the main road.
All right, you hear some large bustling in the woods behind you. The more and more sounds of like branches and twigs snapping at the presence of something.
They're back to steal my shit!
Gus, can you roll me nature or survival to just go ahead and trek
beautiful.
through the woods?
All right. Nature or survival, eh?
Yeah, whichever you'd like.
Haha, both are at -1. Here it
Oh
goes.
no.
That would be an 8.
That's your wisdom.
An 8, please.
Okay.
You got here about as fast as I did.
You're having a hard time. What's your strength?
Oh, God
Oh, my
damn.
strength is 19.
Oh my goodness. And your dexterity?
My dexterity is a 14, sir.
Okay.
Half works, you know.
I am
The
no longer the
forest,
strongest in the party.
the forest is not
How does that
stopping
feel?
you,
Fine.
but you're pretty sure you don't know where they
Am I
went.
taking the forest with me?
You might be taking parts of it with you. There's definitely branches caught up in your
Sure,
armor.
that's fine.
Nothing is really
That's
Ran in
stopping
a paladin,
you.
showed up looking like a druid.
There are thieves that need to be stopped. The branches
Yeah.
can be left later.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
All right, I look left.
You look left, and you actually see a suspicious-looking flower. It's got a ton of like red accents across the stem. What you later realize are thorns, and at the base of the flower is a deep crimson until it shoots upwards and then outwards into a beautiful radiant orange.
Wow. Okay. I'm definitely taken by it, and I say, "You're a pretty flower," and then I look to the right.
All right, you look to the right and you see a mass of bramble overgrown in what you think was probably a berry bush.
Okay.
It's still producing some sort of fruit.
Okay, I take a few of those.
Yeah. All right. You have strange blackberries,
Okay. How many?
like 8.
8 blackberries of strange nature.
Yep.
Okay.
8 strange blackberries.
Okay, and then I keep trudging forward because I feel that I sniff the air, sniffing for the need of justice, and I continue forward.
All right, and you continue to blaze a path
Playing
through
like
this
one
mighty
of your
forest.
characters, Tyler.
All right, Mara Skaamos, there's no way you didn't hear this. It's the most noticeable, if only because the sounds of the woods are retreating from the sounds of somebody traveling through.
Here's the thing. She never unequipped the claw.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
She's just turning around with the whip in the other hand. It's like, look what you've done.
I run towards the sound.
All right, Skaamos, go ahead and make another nature check.
Yay. 5.
You're having a really hard time getting through a particular portion of the thicket. It's almost like a wall, like a barrier. And you pull out your rapier and you begin to pressure it until you finally break through what looked and felt like just a wall of bramble. And then you finally break through. And there's a decline on the other side.
Oh.
And you fall.
No!
Hey,
Oh no.
Mara, you see Skaamos furiously, sawing his way through a thicket before disappearing, boots last, onto the other side.
Son of a
And you
bitch.
hear a little bit of a crashing. Skaamos, you're just going to take 4 points of falling damage, and you're going to tumble something like 20 feet. Yeah.
After a
That's
moment,
some feet falling.
and after a few rocks fall over. Okay, I'm done.
Almost defeated.
just that Ed Nettie moment of, okay, I'm hurt now.
Skaamos, as you right yourself, you see a set of eyes in the underbrush right next to you. Several bushes, sparse trees around you. Seems like mostly grassland. There's no sound of the woods around you. You can hear the chirping and sing-song of birds well away, and that crashing sound of a traveler is beginning to break closer. Go ahead and roll me perception,
Sure.
Gus.
Sure.
Oh dear.
That's a big dice.
That would be a 13.
Oh, you know where they are.
Oh!
You just heard a whole bunch of crashing that way. That's
was
got to
what
be
the crashing
them.
was.
Yep.
All right, must be the thief. Go kill him.
It sounded like a whole bunch of tearing, and then a clattering,
I'm
like
feeling your
rocks
pain
falling.
right now, Jess.
So you begin to break off in that direction.
All right.
Cutting to Mara.
She heard him yelling from the bottom of the ravine and is just walking slowly up to where she thinks he fell.
Okay, you get up to the thicket, and when the crashing sound stops, the rocks stop sliding down this decline. You hear the crashing of whatever was moving about stop, and then start moving again, and it sounds like it's getting a little louder.
She's just gonna wait.
All right.
Not get away position.
From where you are standing, if you were to pull the set of thicket aside, you can actually see Skaamos only about 10 feet below you, but 10 feet away. He slid down a hill pretty hard, took a good portion of the thicket with him. And
There's
you
just a big
think...
chunk of thicket stuck in his horn.
Yeah, no, a good portion of it just sort of came with you, just sort of grasping on to, your equipment and self. Mara, you can actually see the snout, a rather pointed snout.
Go ahead.
Black
the size
nose
of billiard balls.
with brown and reddish fur, peeking out from one set of bushes next to a tree right next to Skaamos.
Oh dear.
It's likely he stumbled on the den of something.
Oh no.
Skaamos, can you get up?
I get up. A little slowly.
Okay. Go ahead and roll handle animal.
Oh no.
Because I
Also a
assume
wisdom thing.
I assume you're trying not to startle this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one ever takes handle in. Oh!
Okay, that's a 13.
Not so bad.
That is way better than I was hoping for.
Okay. You shoot up just for a second to prop yourself up on your elbows, and you see this thing's mouth just sort of peel back a little bit, and it's snarling. Nothing unnatural until finally its nose moves, and you can see the after image of where it was still there until it slowly glides into place with where it is now.
Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh no.
Oh shit.
That can't be.
Oh shit. Balls. Holy shit balls.
You two stop!
Never.
They just start singing.
Yeah, no, you know that this is some sort of magic creature. You don't know what, but you can see golden eyes in the shadow of the bush. It doesn't look very tall. It looks about the size of maybe a large dog.
And I'm up against a incline.
Yeah, you managed
Literally
to...
the worst position to be in
Kinda,
facing a wild
kinda.
animal in the woods.
It just takes you a few more seconds to get up, but you do so without provoking the animal in any way, and you actually get another 5 feet away from it. You gonna go up the incline or towards the crashing sound?
Can I get up the incline safely without turning
yeah.
my back on it?
Yes. It's not terribly steep. It was just enough to make you roll as soon as your force carried you through the thicket.
I'll go up the incline.
All right, you take another 5 feet up the incline before the crashing sound bursts through a wall of the foliage and breaks into these grasslands littered with trees. Gus, you see a little fuzzy thing under a bush.
Okay.
You can't make it out. It's got a sharp set of teeth. in
Not
those
a, not a
mouths.
thief.
And then to the right of that,
Uh-huh.
you see a tiefling.
Oh. Hey.
His clothes look all dirtied up.
I'm looking for a tiefling. I look over the tiefling. Hi.
Excuse me?
See any
Hello?
thieves out here?
Yes. A little earlier. Can I help you with something?
Can we move along?
Yes, please.
She's just slowly backing up.
Gus
Okay.
points at the furry thing. Do we need to take care of that?
Don't get the hell away from it.
What is it?
Dangerous.
Well, let's get out of here then.
Sure.
Can I pick him up?
Yeah, he's something like 20 feet away.
Oh,
so
okay.
you,
But he
you
looks
just-
injured, right? Like, am I noticing that?
He does look a little injured. He definitely
Got a
looks
bruise
scuffed
on
up.
my face.
He's got like
Oh, you hurt, friend?
It's been a very bad day.
he's got
Can I cast
lump
Leon? Oh, but I have to walk
beginning
over.
to like form
Mhm.
on his temple,
Sure.
and his clothes have a lot of green
Oh,
and muddy stains.
Poor guy.
Um,
I walk over with my bush armor now
All right,
because I'm covered in,
you move past. The animal seems a little provoked
Sure.
by you because you are noticeably larger
Sure.
than the tiefling.
But it's like little, it's a
But-
little furry thing, right?
it
I'm not too worried.
you
Look at
see
me.
it slink back into the underbrush
That's
a
fine.
little bit.
Good.
And then you see a second pair of these golden eyes
Mhm.
as you get closer.
I could take
and
two
they're,
of them.
They're lower to the ground, and they
Uh-huh.
seem a little further away.
Okay.
But yet you
Do I
get
make it over to?
Yeah,
okay,
no
cool,
problem.
Val, or not Val? Excuse me.
But
Skaamos.
this thing in the underbrush is like beginning to snarl,
Okay.
like it's
Okay.
growling.
All right. I noticed the growling, and I, in the most Gus way possible, try to be a little more like, light-footed about it. But it's like, not really that much.
Okay.
Because he just doesn't have it in him.
Yeah.
The
He's
armor
trying though.
just
He's trying.
ka-chunk,
Yeah.
ka-chunk,
Comes over and he
ka-chunk.
lay hands for 5 hit points on Skaamos.
Okay.
Skaamos, you get 5 hit points.
In Torm's name, be better.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
You feel a radiant light go over you.
Mara, you see something that you haven't seen in a while. Holy magic.
Another time when I'm not about to be eaten. Can we back this out? Back on the road?
Okay. I put my rapier away, no longer pointed at the strange bushman.
At the sound of, like, metal, like, dragging across something, the creature that was hiding well in the shadows of the bush scampers off. Like, you hear nothing but the rustling of that bush, and it's gone.
Okay. We can go back to the road. I'm sorry.
Do you need me to carry you, friend?
No, thank you.
Gus just has a big smile on his face.
Who are you?
A big, toothy, half-orc's grin. My name is Gus. Oh, okay, alright. My name is Augustus Thunderbeard, formerly of the Bone Splitter clan, Paladin of Torm, and I'm here to help.
Do I notice the sigil on him?
Yeah, no, you saw it almost immediately as it's on his, like, chest. But,
It's on his
You're
left
not-
pectoral muscle.
Oh.
Underneath, obviously, covered in chainmail, of course.
I slowly turned to Mara. That's a dwarf name?
She walks up to him and just sort of like points over at the sigil. Who sent you?
Oh, I was sent by the good captain, Captain, Roderick.
Roderick.
Mhm.
Doll
Yeah.
Hall Roderick?
Yeah, doll. Yeah, I was just there. Like, half a day ago.
I knew he fucking hated me, but wow.
You must be the soldier he talked about. My name is
Yeah.
Gus. Nice to meet you.
She just sort of like exasperated, throws a hand out. Mara.
Alright, grips it with the strong, firm orc grip. Half orc.
Alright, we can discuss this on the road. I'm not comfortable leaving our companions there alone.
Oh, yeah. The drow. Yeah, I just met her.
Alright,
And the little man. There's like a little
Old man.
old man.
Alright, again, on the road.
Okay.
But she's noticeably not putting away her weapons.
okay.
Yeah, Gus has his warhammer in his hand at all times. He's just kind of,
Yeah.
like you do.
Skaamos has a fiddle.
Alright.
At any given passive moment, Val looks completely unarmed.
Some dejected, some upset, some a ray of sunshine. All of you, with Mara's help, make your way back the way you came and to the road. Val, it's taken maybe 10 minutes, but you see your friends again.
Start pulling pieces of the underbrush out of my clothes.
Did
A few
everything
thorny
go
pieces,
well?
but-
Is everyone all right?
Gus notices that you do that, and then looks down and becomes fully aware that he's wearing a bush, and just starts knocking branches off from the chainmail. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a ranger.
A few sizable pieces got caught, but it's not hard to wrench any
Okay.
of them out.
Okay. Cool.
Nothing was taken that we can't replace. We just can't waste any more time.
Well, I'm great to meet the crew here. Pretty excited for the adventure ahead.
I hand Skaamos the bar of soap.
I'm sorry, what exactly
Thank
were
you.
your orders?
You're welcome.
Oh, my orders are to assist you with your mission.
That's
Yep.
Assist me.
generic soap. You can use that for your clothes.
Were you briefed at all on what we're doing? Or this is just being a bit suspicious?
Yeah.
I know that we're headed on the way to Clash Keep.
We just came from Clash Keep.
Oh.
Yeah, but you at the end of your mission, you are supposed to head back.
Technicality. Alright, so you're with us through the hall to Longbrook and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Gus is just smiling.
I lean
You ever-
over to Mara. I'm concerned.
He just sort of like looks at the hammer in your hand and is like, you ever hit anyone with that?
Yeah, definitely. He points at the kobold skull on his shoulder.
Never mind, he's more qualified than I am.
I like him.
She begrudgingly approves.
Okay, excellent.
Thanks for the help.
Oh yeah, no problem, little horned friend.
Skaamos.
Oh, yeah, Skaamos, good to meet you. Gus reaches out with his hand, shakes your hand.
Oh, fuck, he's strong.
Yeah, Mara definitely noticed that too.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I'm usually the strong one of the party. It's liberating.
Oh no, Gus definitely sizes you up and realizes that you're also a warrior. Obviously, he's really excited about that too. Like someone he can talk to about swords and shields and stuff.
Oh dear.
You know.
Oh boy.
Of noticeable equipment, you would probably make note of this just because of your hobbies.
Sure. Sure.
Skaamos doesn't seem to have much in terms of weaponry, but
Right.
he's got a pretty fancy rapier.
Ooh.
It's got a nice guard on it. And then you look over at Val, who doesn't have any notable armor,
Okay.
and she has a rapier.
Okay.
I have a rapier and a dagger like tucked behind my shield on my pack.
And Val's rapier has another interesting guard, a little more spiral fashion. And then you look at Mara, and she's got this weird claw thing on, and a rapier, but that one looks like a straight rapier and a whip.
3 rapiers and a whip and a claw. Oh, what's the claw?
She sort of like picks it up, kind of forgetting that she never took it off. And she just kind of points it over at Skaamos. He bought me this maybe an hour ago.
He looks at the Skaamos and he's just very approvingly like, oh, cool.
Just, I don't know, I haven't used it yet. Some magic foolishness, they tell me.
Magic?
And she sort of waves it off at Skaamos like, I'm not explaining this shit.
Gus, if you take a second look at the claw, you do see it does actually look like it's
Should
of
we
masterwork
walk and
quality.
talk?
Oh, excellent. Walk and talk, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yep.
That's probably a good idea.
Val, right after
Starts
you
dragging
say
his
that,
feet.
Val,
Are you in need of heal, friends?
Swigs
No, thank you. Thank you.
clutching you in both hands, just sort of tugs at your dress until she has your attention.
I look down.
Is he coming with us?
Apparently,
Am I safe?
I'm gonna have to double check.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stand in front of Swigs. I'm actually going to raise the back of my dress so she can hide under there for now.
Okay, she does what she can to blend in.
It's literally like it just hangs down to like basically past the ankles, so it's standing
I
right.
feel with this interaction, Gus has no idea. Like
Yeah.
he has
Yeah.
no idea that there's another party member whatsoever. Like he's just he introduced himself to the people that he knows, and his objective has been met. And he's just having a great time out in the woods.
I'm waiting for this to blow up.
Gus,
Yes.
how what is your opinion of goblins?
Generally, in your knowledge, they're tribal,
Yep.
problematic, and as one of the many beast factions, they tend to be pretty violent, so they're typically a problem.
Now, this is kind of where I'm at with Gus right now because I'm still exploring him as a character as well.
Yeah.
But I feel that he was raised in a dwarven culture where probably goblins were those things that you talked about killing all the time. He has a kobold skull on his,
Yeah, they're in the same
So-
level. They're
so
they're
it's-
kind of like a pest.
But here's the
he's
thing,
also
though.
part orc.
Yeah, here's the thing though. He is also half orc, so probably in his culture, he was frowned upon all the time.
Oh,
So it's kind of
absolutely.
like a 50-50 thing for him.
Yeah.
I feel like part of him's like, yeah, I like killing goblins, but then part of him's like, but they're kind of my, I'm kind of.
They're
with
kind of
them.
greenskins.
Yeah. So, when you ask him that, he's just kind of like, they're not all bad. He just kind of shrugs his shoulders a little bit, like.
Wow. What if I told you we had a good goblin with us?
For a moment, Gus just kind of stares up into the tree branches above him and says, "Where's? Would have seen it." Peering left and right around him.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
How would you feel about that?
Oh, well, if I got to know him, and they didn't try to bite me on, first meeting.
I'm gonna make another sense motive check.
go for it.
That's 11 insight.
Wow, is that the second?
That's the second 11
Yep.
on insight that I've rolled so far.
Ray of sunshine.
He no part of him seems false. He's not giving any sort of liar's tale or anything, so it's hard to say.
Okay. For brevity's sake. Swigs,
Yeah?
I think you can come out.
Okay. You'll keep me safe, right?
Yes.
Okay. And Gus, you see, not too long after Val's whispering into her coat, a very small, maybe 3.5-foot figure walks out from behind Val's dress, and it is a goblin.
Oh, Gus is surprised. Like, this is some, like, top-level magic shit going on. He puts his warhammer down, and then, kind of puts his hands on his knees, and just kind of, moves his body down so his face is just, really close to the goblin. He's like, and just a huge grin, "Hey, little friend!"
You see this
Skaamos
goblin.
has completely has gone fully out of his little depressed funk and is now just sitting down, laughing.
Okay.
And then Gus reaches into his pouch, pulls out some of the blackberries that he got earlier. "You want some?"
All right.
Handing mysterious
I'm
blackberries.
making a
to the
nature
goblin.
check right now.
One second.
Yes.
All right. As you approach
Sure.
and crouch down to get
Sure.
face to face with this little goblin,
Sure.
you see that they're wearing what look like sandals.
Oh, okay.
Pointed
What are
thing.
shoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're. You got her little boots, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to
Little
a cobbler.
booties.
Yeah. She's got the boots
I got her children's shoes.
on her belt. She's wearing the shoes she had.
Uh-huh.
When you first found her. Yeah, the little pouches that she turned into shoes. A simple cotton tunic covering the vest. Sorry, the vest is a small tunic that's covering the chest. Simple cloth pants. Didn't you get her?
I got her clothes.
Yeah, you got her a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And I made her a little outfit from that leather armor. She's got a little hood.
Mm,
Yeah, she's got some leather bits on her from the armor.
yeah, she looks like she's wearing half of what would be leather gauntlets, leather
Okay.
greaves.
She's
got
really
a hood.
well equipped, is what you're telling me.
She's
She's got,
covered
a dagger on
from
her
the
belt. I gave her
neck
one of those.
down in layers of clothes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And several parts of armor. Other than that,
Big
she's
scarf and
actually
a hood.
got a whole bunch of small knickknacks tied into a little makeshift belt from some rope.
Oh,
It's
excellent.
got boots on it. It's got a knife on the back of it. It's got a pair of small toy soldiers. One of them's headless. And she's got notably golden eyes.
Oh wow. Wow.
Very rounded and soft features, especially for a goblin.
Yeah.
No massive hook nose or anything like that. But she does have the almost cartoonish wide mouth.
Okay. Cool.
And as you get in her face, both of her hands just sort of close up into small balls, and she tucks them in as tight as she can
Okay.
to her chest.
Okay.
You offer the
Yeah. I
blackberries.
extend my
and-
hand with the blackberries.
Val, now you can
I
make
found
your
these in the
nature.
forest. Says Gus.
Nature is +1. Fuck.
Unnatural
wow.
20.
I apologize.
Those aren't poisonous, but you shouldn't eat those.
Why shouldn't you eat those?
Well, if you pay really close attention and you actually pull one from Gus's hand and point it to the light, the skin is slightly transparent, as dark as it is, and just underneath is a very vibrant red. You have no idea what these do, but it's probably not good for you.
This isn't food.
Gus looks just so upset. not food?
It's not edible.
Oh. He just kind of drops him on the ground at
I
that
just
point.
dropped the one I was
Yeah.
holding.
I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm sorry. He looks at
Okay.
he looks at the small goblin. Sorry about that.
And she just looks up at you, and you can see she's easing up a little bit,
Sure.
and says, "It's okay. I had a lot of food already. We had breakfast. It was good.
Does Gus realize that she's been hiding underneath the dress?
Probably
At this point? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You,
Alright.
you put two and two together.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. You don't have to hide in there. Points at Val's dress. You can ride up here. And he points at his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
All right, picks up the goblin, puts the goblin on his shoulder.
Swigs never turns down being carried.
No, no, she does
Spoiled
not.
little brat.
Everyone
Yeah.
gets a turn.
She sort of helps herself get situated
Sure,
on your shoulders. She clambers around a little bit,
Sure.
kind of avoiding the kobold skull.
Well, yeah, I put her on the other side. That was my intention.
All right, and as she does so, you actually hear like a ding as something hard in her hand hits your helmet, and it just taps a few more times as she's getting herself situated. And then you get a chance to see it. Go ahead and roll perception.
Sure.
Her hand hangs just in
No,
front of your
no idea.
visor for a little bit.
That would be an 8.
Okay, you see what are peculiarly clean goblin hands for a second before she finally sits down comfortable on your shoulder.
Cool.
Yeah. Val, Mara,
Gus has a new
Skaamos,
friend.
you all see a tiny yellow glow emanating from Swiggs' clutched hand.
Swigs, what is that
Huh?
in your hand?
What?
The glowing thing.
It's my rock.
Oh, God damn it.
Like from the cave?
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize you had one.
It's how I help.
Oh! That's perfectly fine. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go.
The boom chief, he made red ones, and I made me a yellow one.
You
How?
made.
Yeah. All I had to do was think good things for a while.
Oh my god. This character is too fucking precious. It
Oh,
hurts.
Lord.
This has been the entire campaign for
Yep.
us, by the way, Aaron. It's just been us just like, I can't help but spoil this fucking child. I feel like a grandparent. I feel like a fucking grandparent.
This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Hello, everybody. It's Tyler again. Welcome to our 8th episode now of Campfires and Escalations. Once again, I have a few announcements to make. You know the drill by now, and I'll let you get back to the rest of the episode. I'd like to once again thank our friends at battlebards.com who have provided the amazing music and soundscapes that you've been listening to throughout this Campfires and Escalations experience. BattleBards is an amazing resource for any dungeon master looking to spice up their game, be it a home game or podcast, with epic music, sound effects, weather, and more. You can use the coupon code CAMPFIRE or the link in the description when you create your own account for a discount off BattleBards Prime, which gives you full streaming access to over 3,400 tracks. Again, that's coupon code CAMPFIRE, one word with no spaces, or the link in the description. Have a question for the show or cast? Just want to troll us with memes or actually want to figure out what our upload schedule is? Hit us up on the C&E Facebook page, link below. I was so happy to finally get Aaron on the show. He adds so much to the mix, and I honestly love playing with him so much. I'm glad we got him on board with our project, and I hope you guys are happy with Gus. You'll be seeing more of him in future episodes now. He was a lot of fun. It's just so much fun to play with. I can't stress that enough. That'll be it for now. Episode 9 goes up Tuesday, September 17th. Have a good day, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Gus is just like, yeah, you keep that rock. It's good rock.
Okay.
This seems an opportune time to ask. They stole my painter's supplies.
Yes.
Do I still have my sketches?
You have your sketches, yes, as those actually had to be held separately. There's not any extra room in any of your, like, toolkits. But they do have, like, all your paints.
Man.
Okay.
Well, we'll get you in the next town.
Yeah, actually, at this point, Gus is probably just like, so what'd they steal?
All my paints,
Oh,
my weaving stuff,
oh,
all my good thread.
oh.
And he's calmed down a little bit at this point. He's just like, I'm sorry. I should have rushed
Gus,
off.
As a
It was
fellow
stupid.
artisan, you actually totally understand
Yeah.
the value of these items.
And that's exactly what I was about to go into. Gus puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Don't worry, my friend. I'll help you get some more. I understand. I'm a blacksmith by trade. If someone took my stuff, I'd be pretty mad too."
Well, fortunately, and he reaches in and pulls out like the little pack of sketches. I still have these.
Yep.
Gus nods his head, says, "Can I see them?"
Sure. And I pass.
All right.
I pass them all, but the ones from the tower.
Okay, okay. That is quite a few. But I assume everybody's walking on at this point.
Yeah, we're moving.
Okay, so everybody's getting familiar walking on. Who is blazing the path? Who's in the lead right now?
Who has
I'm always in the back, making sure no one gets fucking lost.
Okay, okay.
I would say normally Gus would be in the lead, but he's meeting people right
Oh,
now.
right. I have the
Yeah.
highest
his-
perception, so I'm always up front.
His modus operandi has gone from like trailblazing to like, oh, okay, I found everyone. So he's kind of probably in the center of the group,
Okay,
keeping an
yeah.
eye on the weird,
No,
the
he's
weird old
socializing.
man and the, making sure the goblin feels okay.
Yeah. Alright, so Val, go ahead and give me a roll.
4?
Well, nature or survival. Just trailblazing. Like, making sure that nothing jumps out of the woods and fucks you guys over.
6.
Okay,
Getting fucked.
you're having a hard time keeping track of things because your safety blanket, which has been Swig's, is not with you.
Oh no.
So you find yourself looking back and checking
no,
on the
I've
group quite
gotten
a bit.
attached.
You have Stockholm
I
syndrome.
am sorry, but that'll come up later.
No.
Skaamos, Gus,
We're going in
you
the
two
hole.
were
conversing.
conversing. We're just about to start talking about
Oh, I'm probably going to start giving him compliments on his art.
Okay.
I probably am holding his sketches upside down, though. I'm thinking it's like impressionist work, or...
I turned one or two of them upside right side up.
Oh!
oh god.
It's like, actually, no, that one was impressionist.
Oh!
Works either way.
New insight. It's just opening a whole new genre of art for Skaamos.
This way it's a person, and this way it's a rabbit.
All right.
This one's a rabbit made of persons.
That goes on for maybe like
Not
10,
so much.
20 minutes
Sure.
before you've gone through the sketches that he's willing to share with you.
Ah.
No, it's like one of those pictures.
A lot of
bunch
it is
like, pieces
actually
of corn, but it looks like a
pretty
face.
good. As somebody who has
Yeah.
had experience as a guild artisan,
Sure.
you have dealt with plenty of artists
Yeah.
who handled the ornamentation of a lot of your works. As an armor smith, a lot of the designs actually came from people like him.
That would make sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So
yeah,
when you did
I'm an
things like
appreciator.
emboss metal and whatnot, it was the types like him who would help you do so.
Excellent.
um,
Excellent.
Skaamos, you get a lot of actually like worthwhile critique and
Someone
admiration.
appreciates me.
Yeah,
That's his big takeaway.
straight up.
Mara's just massaging her eyes. She's clearly getting a headache at the fucking Thunder Bros up front.
Thunder Bros. Oh god, they have a name.
They do now.
Oh.
The man in rags is right there with you, but he seems more like he's trying to take it all in. This is really throwing him off somehow. But he's keeping pace with you and just trying to absorb it all.
Misery loves company.
But as a few hours pass and you lot make it maybe a third of the way to Longbrook, you actually see, more like you are stopped by a small platoon of guards with their own escort, or
I
tagalongs,
immediately
as
pull
many
Val
merchants do.
off of
You mean
not Val. I immediately pull Swigs off of the paladin's shoulders and like put her under the dress again.
Okay. You notice this a little too late.
Oh no!
Sorry.
They are within something like 40 feet of you, 50 feet of you at most.
Gus is a little
when you
confused by
finally
this,
notice them.
Gus is a little confused by this interaction. He's like, "Goblin could be on shoulder."
You lot are breaking through your trail, and as it comes to a bend, and right after
worst thing ever.
another
I won't get
bridge
arrested
over a
again.
small creek, that is when you find this party of something like 8 guardsmen and 3 what look like civilians. One of them might be a traveler. And you did not hear them coming around that corner. You did not see them. And 2 of the guards look up and just start pointing at you.
I like curl up a little bit and it's just like, "Hello."
Gus stands defensively in front of Val. And
Okay.
says, "Who are you pointing at?"
All right.
Oh Lord. Oh boy.
Swig starts trying to like climb down from your shoulder
Sure,
behind you.
sure.
She doesn't get too far.
Sure.
Her hands are actually like caught in the back
Got it. That's
collar
fine. She's on
of your
yeah.
suit.
Yeah.
But she is very obviously like poking
Okay.
out. The 2 guards that were pointing at Val, now pointing at Gus, just hold. Who are you?
We're agents of Lord Werner.
That's a tall tale. Authentication.
I hold up my symbol.
Gus
yeah.
points at his chest, kind of still like a little very defensive look on his face.
Okay.
Like,
Shit, give
like-
me a second. Kneels down, opens up the bag, pulls his coat back out, and starts rummaging through the pockets looking for the coin.
All right.
Mara pulls out the silver coin.
That is a detail I forgot to share with you. You do actually have a silver coin with Werner's sigil on it.
Okay, that's probably in a poucher. Okay.
Yeah, he has it somewhere.
Yeah,
around.
I'm pointing at the symbol on my chest, but also holding just out the coin
All right.
so that they can easily see it.
And a lot of you are beckoned to approach as the guards are now fully aware of your presence and seeing your symbol are put at ease considering you all have it, except your cohort, Swigs and the man in rags. But the man in charge, he carries a singular green stripe down one of his pauldrons, walks up ahead of the rest of the men, and in a little bit of a standoff as you all line up in front of the guards, and they line up, seemingly to protect their own escorts, and a head guard comes up and says, "All right, which one of you's in charge?"
Point at Mara.
That'll be me.
You mind explaining to me why you have what looks like a wild man and a... Dear lords, by the High Crown, is that a goblin?
We were hired to escort the men, and as far as I'm concerned, the goblin is none of your concern.
Is this Werner's work? What the... Look, I'm not trying to get into a fight right now. None of
And
my men
yet
can
you keep
handle it.
talking.
Oh, please don't get us in a fight.
Look, I get it, but can you just, for my ease of mind, explain to me why there's a goblin around? Weren't they terrorizing one of the trade routes or some crap like that?
Not anymore, thanks to us, and this one proved rather helpful with that.
You're making more questions than you're answering, but I won't get into that.
Good.
Mara,
Do you know anything
if
of
I
some
may-
bandits?
I'm sorry, what was that about bandits?
Have the lot of you come across any?
2.
Where?
Back there. How like long ago did we run into them?
That was maybe 3 hours ago.
3 hours up the road. They jumped my friend here and stole his tools.
They're that far towards Doll Hall?
Yep.
Crap.
Filthy bandits.
What have they taken?
My pinks and my silks.
And... wait. There were only two.
There were only 2. One was carrying a bow, I believe, and the other was carrying a longsword.
And so what? They ambushed you?
yeah.
I don't see them
A
taking
man
you.
jumped out of the woods, hit me in the face with the pommel of a sword, grabbed my bag, and ran.
You didn't use the blade.
No.
They also
he
talked
would-
to us for a minute. Well,
Well,
that
they-
was more
they
because
tried,
of you.
They tried the whole stick-up thing.
Let me guess. After you didn't just give them your crap, they ran off and then ambushed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like them.
They were wearing matching outfits with like a singular
Yeah.
shoulder pad.
Yeah, alright.
I'm surprised you remember that.
We know who they are.
Why?
No, I mean Anthony. I'm surprised you remember that, because that was a while ago.
I have a good memory.
That was
I have
like
actually
2
a
weeks
really
ago.
good. I have actually a really good memory.
Alright. Moving on.
I joined too late, or I would have helped my friend.
I'm
Not
sure
lose
you
his
would.
mates.
You look like you could stop quite a few things.
Thank you.
We pursued for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then when I realized that they just took his art supply, I decided to go back to the road.
So, do you have any idea where they went? Any
They
marker?
Let's see. It was into. They jumped into the right side of the road. We are facing this way. Was
There's
that
a little
east?
bit of
East.
There's a little bit of
Okay.
the forest next to the road. 3 hours that way. That's a little singed.
Oh yes.
That's the way they ran.
There was a.
We'll give a look out for it, but damn.
So how did
Alright.
they give you a receipt for the things they stole?
I've not enough extra coin to reimburse you. Not even one of
Sure
Werner's
shoves you
agents.
back at the thought. I already told you we would take care of it.
Alright, well, I'm with a few of the other victims. We've been chasing them for a while. Damn. Is there any way that we might be able to get some actual help in this?
Help.
This is hardly part of our own assignment.
I understand. Do you know if you'll be coming back this... could I get a bearing on maybe what you're doing?
We're on our way to Longbrook. We're
Longbrook, okay.
Escorting.
That's maybe another day away. That's
Yeah.
not so bad.
It's only a day away. How long do we have to get there?
Where are you going after? There's no chance you're coming back this road, is there?
We do need to return to Clash Keep after escorting, so there is a chance we can run into you again.
Well, if I see you on the road, I'll definitely be needing your help. I'm sorry to try and lean on you right now, but we've been chasing these bandits for something like a week. They're actually a mercenary band. Sell
That
swords.
explains the matching outfits.
Yeah. They were denied permissions of entry when they first tried to get the grace of our Lord Werner, but they found another way in.
And whereabouts primarily have you been finding them?
We were around Taruna for the first half of the week, and at some point when we started patrolling more regularly, protecting the merchants, they moved their base of operations. They've been hitting this road now, and we just now got a firm grasp on where they may be.
And
They will know the fear of my warhammer.
I certainly
Upon my
hope so.
return.
Oh dear.
Gus looks really stern.
All right. The head guardsman, he offers you a hand.
All right. I take it and give him a nice, firm, half-orc handshake.
All right. He reciprocates as best he can, but you clearly overpower him.
Excellent. It's like that scene from Predator.
Totally.
Yeah, you know.
You know,
first one.
the one
first
where
one,
the two
yeah.
the two muscular guys
Yeah.
clasp hands.
Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like that.
Very
Except
oiled.
a little less macho, because you
Probably
guys
not
aren't
as well
shirtless.
oiled as well, I assume.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
you guys don't have that, like, perfect amount of tar.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's not that moment of weebs, not me, not weebs, making fun of weebs.
Yeah. It's not quite that great.
Excellent. All right, but Gus feels the bravado, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All
Fair
right.
enough.
So then I take it we can count on you in a few days?
I wouldn't say count on necessarily. Our mission takes priority, but
We
if
will be back this way, and if you require our assistance, we'll be inclined to help you.
All right. I can take that.
way to speak for the party.
We'll have a camp set up, so if you take this road again, we'll be hard to miss. At this point, the line of guardsmen is actually broken up by a halfling. Very well dressed, very clean, and just covered in gear. I'm talking like cook pots, spare like tools, equipments, like all sorts of knickknacks. And he's just making it a cacophony of like clanging sounds as he worms between the guardsmen. He says, "Hello, you met the bandits?
Yep.
By any chance, did they have a satchel with the initials P and S?"
Did they? That sounds familiar.
Gus looks very oblivious.
Can I make a recollection check?
Yeah, wisdom.
Skaamos is like,
+1. That's
oh,
shit!
shit!
Yes, one of them had it. The bowman.
The what? The what one?
The bowman.
The bowman was carrying it.
Oh, good then. Good. It's okay. Hi, I'm Polydor Samshire.
Val Karras.
Nice to meet you. I'm a local of these parts, and this is kind of my first time dealing in being burgled.
Same!
Oh, you've been burgled as well?
Well, him. But
Oh,
I was gonna say.
He was traveling with us, so our party.
They took nothing from you.
I'm so sorry. At this
I didn't
point,
do
he is
anything wrong this time, I
completely
swear.
like pushing the head guardsman back as he has like your full attention. As I said, my name is Polydor Samshire. I'm a bit of a traveler. I like to think of myself as an adventurer, but I largely take to crafts. They have my things, and I would be very happy to offer a reward if at any point you could please get my things back for me. He's like panting.
I'm
What did they take from you, friend?
I'm
What?
looking at these two crafty men in our party. I'm like, oh no.
What did they take from you?
Mara is
What of your
noticeably
great
tuned down.
tools of
Well-
your art did they take?
They took my favorite bag. It was actually engraved, given me by my dear mama,
We'll
and
get it back to you.
it had a few of my projects in it. I'll even give you one if you find it.
What kind of projects?
Magical oddities, peculiarities, tokens, trinkets, and strange goods.
Or magic bullshit.
Yes, exactly.
Mara is so unhappy.
Val doesn't know what to make of all of this.
Oh, friend, we'll be sure to help you. Yes.
Good. Then you'll be coming back this way. Yes.
If we come back this way
Yeah.
and we find these cards again, I promise you that I'm gonna find those bandits.
All of you are getting so antsy
Okay.
with these promises.
I'm not promising we'll be back this way, but if we do, and if we find these men or these bandits again, we'll try and get your things back.
Please,
Because I want my things back too.
He seems like he's like starting to break down into a nervous panic,
If
just wringing his
I
hands.
just like clap right in front of his face
Yeah.
and just put two hands on his shoulders. If we find your things, where can we find you?
I'll be in the camp of these guardsmen.
Where is that?
Well, we haven't broken camp yet. It's only getting to the end of the day now.
Where are you going?
Guardsman. He turns about to the head guardsman, who's just sort of taken aback by the sudden like outburst of this halfling. I think we're going to make camp on the south end of this road. We may travel for another 2 hours and break there.
So near Doll Hall.
Yeah.
Very well. Thank you. If we can, we will help.
Much appreciated.
By Torm's will, I will help you.
Good. Good to have it.
I'm sorry, Mara.
Are you sorry?
I spoke up first.
I'll just have my men pretend we never saw you and your goblin.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Please move along. And the rest of his men clear from the bridge to make way for the lot of you.
Mara moves on without a word.
All right. The man in rags is sort of smoking his pipe and chuckling to himself as he follows behind.
I'm not upset. I'm just asking what is funny.
Oh, well, that was
A clusterfuck?
Who taught you that word?
indeed.
I think I did.
Actually, yes.
He pulls the pipe aside to just cough into his fist for a little bit before.
What do you mean, who
just
taught me that word?
smirking.
I'm older than you.
True.
By like 20-something years.
Yes!
30! Almost.
I'm
Okay.
50 years old. I'm an elf. That's nothing to me, but still.
Yeah.
All right. You lot are pressing on, having completely skirted by without any confrontation. It's getting later into the night. There's a certain chill that's hitting you. Something that you hadn't quite experienced when you were deeper in the Teethwood. But
I
as you're
Wrap
breaking...
the goblin up in the blanket.
Okay. She officially has like 3 layers of clothes.
Goblin burrito.
Yes. From the break in at the top of the burrito, the crest, if you would.
The crest
you
of the
see-
burrito. What? I'm sorry, but
Yes, you see the 2 glowing like eyes taking up a good portion of the face, just sort of sparkling at you.
My same glowing eyes looking back like, oh.
She closes them, leans in, and takes a nap as you swaddle her.
sorry, I'm allergic to sentimentality.
All right.
Out of character, you're like shitting your pants at how cute this is.
Oh dear.
Weird reaction to cuteness, but
I
moving
know.
forward, as the chill
I
sets
phrased that
in,
poorly, and I acknowledge that.
you begin to see the break in the trees as they are growing rather sparse. Much more of the grasslands is beginning to show, and the bushes are largely sticking to between the trees and occasionally on the trees. Moving further and further, you hear more and more sounds of running water as the massive stream of water, which Longbrook gets its name, is beginning to make itself very apparent. The night sky is clearly seen as the trees are beginning to dwindle. At this point, Mara, you know it's only another day's travel before you get to Longbrook. I assume that a lot of you will be making camp?
You can certainly try, since I think 2 party members have ruined their tents now.
Did I ruin my tent?
I know he ruined his tent.
Yep.
No. We Val had her tent fixed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
when Skaamos could still sew.
Yeah, there was a tear. But
I am rubbing that
rude.
Never forget.
Bitch.
Deal with it.
Never. Okay.
in. All right.
Oh man.
It's okay, Tyler.
Who will be
I-
setting camp?
I have this salt scrub. I used it after shaving. I know what rubbing salt in a wound feels like. It's really painful.
I think Val has the highest wisdom if that's a survival check. Or what's that gonna be?
Survival or nature,
That's
just to set up your
possibly
camp.
the whitest thing I've ever said.
Alright, I think, yeah, you might want to roll. I can try, but...
Roll
Alright.
for, what is it, survival?
Nature
Yeah.
or survival to set a campground.
I will help set camp.
I'm just abusing the nature.
Ooh!
Wow.
Ritz-Carlton.
You find a perfect clearing, surrounded on several sides by larger trees.
Okay.
This area seems like it has actually really great, like, foundation. Everything is solid. None of it is marred by the vast, like, quantities of water not too far away. So it's not a wetlands, and there's plenty of room for everybody to set up their tent and or lean to, in the case of Skaamos.
I forgot you had to make yours a lean-to because you broke half of it.
Yeah.
I find 2 trees. And I set a rope between them.
Okay, you're gonna attempt at a hammock. Alright, that's fine.
Oh no, I'm just gonna use
No, he's
that.
just gonna
Oh,
put the
okay.
tent over it and use that as the frame.
All right.
It's sadder than you think.
It is.
The tent pegs.
I'm
are
just
the
gonna
ones
let you
make
have
it
that
look
with
like a tent.
Val's nat 20. Yeah,
It's
I
the
don't
only way
wanna,
I can sort of make this tent work as a tent anymore.
It's cool.
It's
cool.
just a large tarp at this point.
All right. Mara. This isn't a heavy part of the forest, so it's not like automatic. Do you plan on putting the salt wards?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
put one down. So that's a pound.
Because, yeah, it's like a small divot that you dig into the ground, and then you put the salt there.
Okay.
And so long as you surround the camp, that largely keeps the weirdness out.
Gus will assist you with that.
Alright, fine.
Alright. Quite a hefty amount of salt is placed in warding fashion. There shouldn't be anything weird tonight. You all have time for plenty of activities around the campfire.
More room for activities.
There is quite a bit of room.
Oh.
And with the amount of you, setting up a camp is no problem.
Skaamos would like to do at least 2 things.
Okay.
Are you gonna clean up now?
Yes.
I hand you my mirror.
Alright.
And you're gonna
You'll
go-
have to find some water.
I mean, there's the stream that Longbrook is so famous for.
That much is true. And it's not far from the road.
I would use that to get at least clean up.
Alright,
Get
well
my
there is
clothes
still
kinda
some light. We'll say you head out to do that.
Buddy system? Need
Buddy
some help?
system!
Buddy system! Alright,
Because the forest is dangerous,
as soon-
and
as-
I don't want to get tackled by another cat.
as soon as I'm done helping Mara set the salt ward, I'm gonna watch over my friend.
Alright. Alright. You two head out,
Sure.
and nothing really gets in your way. You don't really need to blaze a trail to it. But sure enough,
Bros in a hot tub
when
sit
you-
5 feet apart. 'Cause I don't even need to finish that one.
Because they're not. Oh.
alright. When you lot finally get to the stream, Skaamos, this is actually your first time being this far west.
Yeah, it is.
Now, Gus, you actually had to cross this thing
Okay.
when you first broke into the
Yeah,
Chief Woods.
yeah.
As the town that you're from is from the west. You had
Okay.
to go east. Skaamos, this is probably the first time you've seen a river, let alone a body of water this big. It's maybe 100 feet wide. Maybe. And it is rushing.
That's way too much water.
It is a ton of water. It sounds almost like a waterfall. And then just keep amplifying the sound you would expect from that as you get closer. And it is all the way up and all the way down this coast. The center looks very calm. The coastal side is like White Rapids.
What?
And it is absolutely rushing past you. There are a few points in the bank where you can actually collect water, but this is not something you could swim in.
Yeah, we're getting some buckets.
Dive in, catch a ride.
No, he would be gone. We would find him in the next game.
That would be funny.
It's like, oh, we hit something with the boat. Oh,
I must
there's
go. My people need me.
Let's pull a Moses and like jump in a basket and go down the river.
Oh, that's
I
not
am-
safe.
I am not a fish elf.
Man who lives in a van down by the river.
I miss that man. I
All
miss
right.
that man.
I'm gonna pull up some buckets.
Oh, sad joke.
I take some buckets, pull out some water, and I start washing my clothes.
I say, Skaamos,
Yeah?
I want to ask you a favor.
Can you get my back?
What you need?
You're an artist, right?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Can you draw me some armor?
At the moment, no.
Gus laughs at that. but I'm gonna say it takes like 3 to 4 minutes for him to realize, like he's like, not right now.
Low
Why?
burn.
Oh no! No, I mean later.
Later, totally, yeah.
Cool.
We can do that. Collab, workshop and stuff.
Alright, Gus looks really pleased by that.
He's also almost totally naked at the moment because he's cleaning his clothes.
I'm not sure Gus is really even thinking about that right now. He's just imagining the armor of his dreams and like how you're going to design that. Staring at you while you're naked, probably. But,
Oh, no.
But totally
Oh,
like oblivious to the fact that obviously
5 feet apart
so
because
much
of not gay.
More and less PG than I thought it would be. Can you draw me in my armor,
Campaign.
buff, without pants?
This is very bromance. I'm afraid of the romance.
Oh
Sexually, you can think of Skaamos as a revolving door.
no.
I'd rather not.
Christ.
Back at the camp, where things are totally not, well, what the other group is doing.
Do you hear jazz?
No, I do not. I don't hear the sultry sounds of Careless Whisper either.
Oh no.
Alright, what is Val doing with her time at the campfire?
Give me a second.
You had 5.
It's not enough. My face hurts.
Oh,
My
right.
chest.
Skipping Bell. What is Mara doing with her time at the campfire?
Mara's waiting for the bros to get back from the river and desperately trying not to think about it.
Call
And-
them bros, it makes it worse.
I'm assuming things are mostly set up at this point. Or am I helping?
Oh, absolutely. Everything's been set up with the aid of Gus. Val's fairly accustomed to the procedure at this point, and Skaamos is as helpful as Skaamos can be.
I'm a little lightheaded.
Not that he isn't helpful, it's just he tends to get a little oblivious if you don't stay on
Yeah.
task.
So Mara's pretty much off to a side of the clearing where like nothing is immediately around her. She
Yeah.
can't wreck anything.
Yeah, no, there's a good space adjacent to the camp that is mostly clear grassland.
Alright. And she has all of her weapons, including the new claw that she
Okay.
has yet to do
Okay.
anything with. So she's just kind of put it on, and just feeling out the weight
Yeah.
and
yeah.
like dexterity, try to swing it around a little bit and see how it feels because
Do
she's
some
not.
forms.
Do some sick forms, man.
I'm gonna do long 2 in reverse style.
So mana style, yeah. Learn from my sensei. He's a cool guy. Went to Freebirds.
Oh god.
Anyway, yeah, she's not trained
I
in
miss
claw or like
Freebirds.
those types of weapons, so she's just kind of feeling it out a little bit.
Alright, it feels pretty natural. Honestly, it's not much different from putting a cestus on your hand
Falcon.
or any sort of gauntlet weapon. It's honestly just as efficient using any of the hand-to-hand that you learned. So, it's very easy to get used to how to use this weapon as long as you're sticking to, like, punching, backhands, and the like. Raking might be a little difficult. A jab would still work. So, you have options.
Yeah, she's mostly just fiddling around with it in one hand, and as she's getting more comfortable, she's adding the whip in the other, just trying out some combos and whatnot.
Alright. It takes a little while to get used to the new balance because it's not front heavy like the rapier would be, and there's a lot more momentum and a lot less grace with the claw.
Is there like a tree she can like test hit or something?
Absolutely.
Alright.
Gonna go ahead and make an attack roll on the tree?
Now I'm just wondering. 'Cause they had said that there was a magic element about it, but she
Yes.
has no idea how to activate it.
When you
think that's
first
Fireball. That's
when
going
you
to
first
be.
grasped it and actually equipped it, you did feel the way to release the technique.
Alright.
It's a lot like it's like it's giving you muscle memory when you equip it, so that you can use it.
Alright, she's, again, not buying into this magic hocus pocus bullshit.
Okay.
But she definitely feels that, and trying to tap into that is just gonna slash at the tree.
All right, you take a stance similar to a fighting stance that like a Kempo user would use. You tuck the claw back where it would be in a horse stance, and then you draw it overhead, slashing towards the ground. And as you do so, you actually release a wave of thunderous force. It is crackling with lightning as it surges forward and slams into the tree.
Fancy.
Very.
Ooh.
And I got that for 105 gold.
Yep.
Nice.
You
By
feel
selling almost everything I own. So
you feel the aura of one of the talons fade out.
Alright.
That signifying one of the charges you've used. Go ahead and roll the damage. I believe I gave it to you.
My notes don't make sense.
Oh no.
It's a D8 of slashing. That's what it says.
Oh yeah, the wave does knockback, but it doesn't say.
It'll do the weapons damage.
Oh, okay.
It says +6 to hit, 1d8 slashing, strength plus damage +1.
Yeah. It is a +1 weapon. So it'll do the weapons damage.
Plus your strength, +1.
Yeah.
So 1 plus 3, that's 5.
It's also a +1 to hit.
Well, yeah, +1 to hit and damage.
Yeah.
So that on top of her strength. What's your strength, Mom?
3
So
Five.
that's 4 damage, and then your...
Roll.
was 1 on
Yeah,
D8.
so that'd be 5. And you see a wicked gash form in this tree after that wave of crackling force dissipates. And it looks something between a scorch mark and like 10 axes ran over the spot.
Ah, jeez.
It is like completely scarred the bark of this tree. No fire, no flame, but nothing aside from like rending force.
Well, she's slightly horrified. This is, again,
I
someone who
don't
thinks...
believe this magic bullshit. what?
Yeah, no,
Oh, fuck.
it was
What the fuck?
a sound not unlike your whip cracking, as thunder had formed, created a wave, and then flew forward.
Like, keep in mind, she has literally whipped people in half, and this is horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now you can pretty much punch at range.
Nice.
Slash stab.
You had
Uh,
a ranged option.
Did I inform you of how many charges you had?
2. Is what she
Okay.
said. 2 per day.
Well, was it 2 or 3?
It was 2.
Oh, it only has 2 claws.
It has 3 claws.
2 charges.
Charges are
Oh.
between each claw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 uses per day is what it says.
Yeah.
Wave of 15 feet, knockback 2. What +6 to hit? I'll ask about it later.
Well, yeah,
That
because
might
it
be
was
the entire total.
That's your proficiency, your strength, and the +1.
Okay.
No, that should be at a +7 then, because of her proficiency. Oh, she's not level 4 yet, so it's not at 3. You're right.
And it goes proficiency goes up at 5.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's sad. Everybody, +10 proficiency. I don't care anymore.
Lord!
Oh
I don't
my
care
God,
anymore.
hard boost.
God tier.
The
No one
strongest
can-
level 3 adventurers to ever live.
No one can fail at anything anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
the
I
shit
rescind
bumps.
that. I rescind that mod. April Fool's patch notes. That's what that is.
Alright, anyway, she's pretty horrified, but, like, gets it at this point. So
Yeah.
she takes it off and clips it back onto her belt.
Alright, it's a simple enough technique. You're pretty sure you got it, considering the weapon actually gave you the muscle memory for that. But yeah, that's your weapon test.
Alright, after that, she's just going back to flipping around with the rapier, just making sure she doesn't get rusty.
Alright,
Nice.
back to Val. Let's hope her mind's out of the gutter.
I'm fine. I started by making a bit of dinner and then going over more etiquette things and table manners with
Okay.
Swigs.
Swigs is learning pretty quickly. She figured out to keep her mouth closed when she's eating.
Good. Good progress. But you know, it's like basic manners that you would learn in like any normal household.
She still has a strong tendency to eat with her hands, but aside from that, you can tell that she's trying. She's definitely paying attention when you talk.
Yeah. And like I'm giving examples as I'm doing this, like I'm eating in front of her. like knife and fork. Okay, and that's what I'm doing.
All right. You're giving Swigs another lesson in etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to the true bromance.
What everyone's here for.
Skaamos, you've wrapped up your jubilations.
What?
Your cleaning routine.
We're done. No more details. We're good.
Yeah, you've wrapped up.
Then he'll head back with Gus to camp.
Gus is trotting along, just humming.
He's wearing clothes now, fresh, clean clothes.
All right. I figured he would be.
I want my soap and mirror back. Clean.
You really want the soap back?
I hand you the soap and mirror.
I don't know what was happening.
Thank you.
Ignorance is bliss.
Hang up my wet clothes on like what's left of the rope near my tent to dry.
Okay.
Oh, you started dinner. I was gonna do that tonight.
Oh, this is just something simple.
What'd you prepare?
It was just like a ration done up with like some of like the extra stuff that he'd added to like our overall food, like spices and whatnot.
Okay.
How much is there?
Yeah. Was it just for you and Swigs?
Well, if someone had offered, I would have added more. Like,
Okay. Okay.
I don't have all of the supplies on me.
Well, Val and Swigs largely treat themselves to their rations.
If you haven't made anything yet.
I go over to my
It was
bag.
more for the lesson than anything.
Drag all my new pile of cookware over to the fire,
Yeah.
and I
What are you
start
cooking?
working. Well, I don't have terribly much, so we're just gonna do basic beef roast, salt, pepper, basic
Alright,
spices.
alright. I
Some,
believe you'd bought meat, hadn't you?
Yeah, I bought 4 days for the 3 people and the man and Swigs, so probably like 3 days of
You'll probably
food now.
have like two and maybe an extra meal.
Yeah.
Does Gus have
Oh.
an explorer's pack?
Yes, I do possess rations.
Okay.
But this is like 4 days of actual food.
However,
Like
more than
meats,
likely,
veggies, some eggs, spices.
Gus eats for 2. You know,
He's a big man.
2 dwarves.
He's a big
What?
orcish man.
Oh god.
So
You're not making that whole thing where you were trying to glaze over any easier with that.
Look, I
Okay.
gave up.
Okay. I know what Skaamos cooks. Skaamos makes spicy lamb shanks with some fresh pasta.
How's he getting the pasta?
I make the pasta. I've
How's
got
it-
eggs, I've got flour.
I'm
make
making the pasta.
wow.
All right, that's gonna take a long time. Go ahead and make a cook check. That'll be wisdom if you don't have any supporting skills,
I've
like
got
profession.
Performance.
That's
What
not.
kind of Italian did you say you were?
What if he's narrating it like a TV show?
No, look.
Can
he
have a
could.
performance?
He could have like. He could have an entire montage in which he is singing. That's not performance.
Skaamos' Skillet, starring Skaamos.
Like you can do the Emerald Lagasse, bam, but that's not gonna make it taste better.
What kind of roll do you want this to be?
Wisdom.
8.
It's all right. It's way better than rations.
You made it better than rations.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I mean, you still need to learn how to use a lot of this. You're no pro cook. If you
I thought
pick
using a
it,
kit was intelligence.
It depends.
yeah, like nature, survival, all of that, like cooking, whatnot. Like if he was baking, sure, and
Okay.
I feel that Gus is probably trying to be really mindful for of the rest of the group, so he's
Uh-huh.
probably gonna like try to not eat like as much as he normally does.
okay,
Just based on, I'm gonna say he probably eyes the amount of ingredients and goes, okay.
He tries to like figure
Yeah.
out his portion.
Yeah, well, or maybe even just a fraction of his portion so that people can eat,
Okay.
and probably when no one else is looking, he's probably just gonna eat some of his own ration,
Yeah.
in his tent or something like that.
Totally
In
works.
order to not, he doesn't want anyone. He doesn't want his newfound friends to feel bad. So he probably takes probably a couple spoonfuls. Of, yeah, this is great, and then walks off into his tent. And you hear him
He's
munching.
beaming. Skaamos is beaming.
Skamos, decent meal. You could do better. You need to figure out this cooking thing, because it's an entirely different art than anything you've done before.
I'll make this work.
Alright. And how is Gus spending his time at the campfire?
-3 wisdom.
Well, I think first Gus is gonna ask if if there's a need for a watch during the night.
Okay.
I generally take second watch because I sleep the least.
And if I were on watch, we would all be dead by now.
He's not very perceptive.
No, I'm willing to admit that. It's a major fault of mine.
Gus is unaware of how of how he is not perceptive, so he thinks he'd be a great protector for you all, and he's just like, "Don't worry, I can help all my small new friends."
Okay.
You probably expended a lot of energy just catching up to us. Let us take the watch tonight, at least.
You're right. I need rest. And he thanks you, shakes your hand, very
Walks away.
enthusiastically.
My fucking shoulder.
Gus then leaps into his tent, eats the rest of what he would consider a meal from his rations, and collapses into sleep.
Oh, yeah. No, he has
Probably
had a long
from
day.
the brisk run in full armor
That
for
was quite a bit.
half of a day. He's tired.
Yeah, no, he went on a forced march for 4 hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That probably caught up to him.
Oh yeah.
I leave my mirror by the campfire and I go to my tent.
All right. So, having a fairly troublesome day filled with meeting a few strange characters, we close as Gus, Skaamos, Val, and Mara finally have a quiet night.
Someone's gonna fucking die tomorrow, aren't they?
I don't know, man. Nat 20.
I don't know, man. Thunderbirds.